This is Top 30. Coming up, popular cake mixes are being recalled. People are raising money for the teacher who beat up a student. And this year's Sexiest Man Alive is... Hi there, welcome to the show. I'm Kristen Smith, and here are 30 things you need to know right now. We start with an update on a story we reported earlier concerning many Americans contracting a polio-like condition. The Centers for Disease Control reports that cases of acute flaccid myelitis, or AFM, are still on the rise, with 80 confirmed cases now reported in 25 states this year alone. The CDC says what they do know is that the patients are mostly children, but this condition can develop in adults. The symptoms have been similar to complications of polio and West Nile virus, even though all patients have tested negative for polio. However, the CDC says what they don't know is the cause of most of the AFM cases, nor do they know the reason for the spike in the number of cases. The center is also working to find out who's at high risk and the long-term effects of the condition. The symptoms of AFM include sudden arm or leg weakness and loss of reflexes. Some may also experience facial or eyelid droopiness or weakness, difficulty moving eyes, and difficulty swallowing or slurred speech. Numbness, tingling, respiratory failure, or difficulty passing urine is rare but can also be symptoms. If you believe that you or someone you know may have contracted AFM, please seek medical attention immediately. And now let's go to the New York Stock Exchange for our Fox Business Minute with Lauren Simonetti. Lauren, there's some bad news for home bakers.
That's right, Kristen. Put down the mixing bowl and listen to this. Duncan Hines is recalling its classic white cake mix for possible salmonella contamination after 5 different cases of illness. The company also calling back classic butter golden, signature confetti, and classic yellow cake mix out of caution. AMC Movie Theaters really challenging MoviePass, launching its own subscription plan called Stubbs a List, which allows users to see up to 3 movies a week for $20 a month. The nation's largest theater chain now has 500,000 paying subscribers. It's planning to hike the price next year. Scrap Thanksgiving dinner. Pringles has everything you need. The chip maker is bringing back its 3 Thanksgiving favorites, turkey, stuffing, and pumpkin pie in stackable chip form.
All right, so where can we find these Thanksgiving Pringles?
Well, Kristen, you can't get them in stores. You got to go to kelloggstores.com. They will also cost more than the average can of Pringles. Sold as a 3-pack of mini cans, the Turkey Day treats will set you back $15.
Good to know. Thanks, Lauren. All right, some more headlines for you. A single mother in Iowa has been identified as one of 2 Powerball winners. Loren West, 51 years old, raised 3 daughters and has 6 grandchildren. She'll split the $688 million pot with a New York winner. West opted for the lump sum of $198.1 million before taxes. And Idris Elba is People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive. Their cover describes him as a sweet and smoldering superstar. When he found out he'd be holding the title with the likes of Hugh Jackman, David Beckham, and George Clooney, Elba said, "It was just a nice feeling. It was a nice surprise, an ego boost for sure." And when Diana got engaged, her cousin Jenna was so excited, she posted this photo of the happy couple. But then she revealed her cousin didn't have her nails done, so she stepped in to help. This hilarious and very smart photo has gone viral with almost 1 million likes already. Now let's go to our friend Headcrack at Dish Nation. He has the hottest celebrity news. So Headcrack, I hear Justin Bieber has a lot on his mind.
That's right, Kristen. Justin Bieber has plenty to be grateful for, but that doesn't stop him from feeling down sometimes. A source says he's happy with his wife Haley, but he still feels empty inside, and what he's missing from his life can't be bought. He's definitely going through something, and it seems that maybe he misses his ex. Yo, Haley, you need to keep an eye on him. Kim Kardashian is speaking out, and no, it's not about politics this time. Ray J allegedly made bold claims about their sexual history, and after Kim heard about it, she went online to weigh in on the situation. A fan tweeted at Kim saying Ray J had low self-esteem and asked, why is he even talking about Kim if they're both married? Kim replied by saying, "Or shows that he's a pathological liar." Ray J's wife, Princess Love, also responded with, "I'm trying to figure out the same thing. I see Kim hanging out with Trump is giving her Twitter fingers." And finally, Beyonce's mom, Tina Lawson, might have a new job. Tina revealed that Beyonce called her the paparazzi after Tina shared over 25 photos and videos from Beyonce and Jay-Z's Halloween party. Now, we all know Beyonce is a private person and only shares what she wants us to see. Tina revealed that she woke up to a text from B saying, "Good morning, paparazzi. I hope you enjoyed it because there probably won't be a next time." I wonder if B is going to make her mom sign an NDA to party with her again. On that note, I'm out. That's today's dish. Until next time.
Well, even Beyonce's mom's got to respect her privacy. Thanks, Headcrack. For the latest celebrity news, remember to watch Dish Nation weekdays. Check your local listings. Listen to this one. They're affordable and easy to prepare, but instant soups and ramen may also pose a threat to children. New research sampled some 4,500 pediatric scald burn cases from the past decade and found over 20% were caused by the microwavable meals. In all, that's roughly 10,000 instant soup-related pediatric burns a year, with the bulk affecting the torso or lap. Although numerous, the injuries are not life-threatening, with only 6% of children admitted to the hospital and more than 90% discharged after evaluation. But still, if kids do experience a spill, parents should remove clothing from the affected area and run the burn under cold water. But experts say it's easier to prevent burns than to treat them. So parents should cool soups before serving them, and don't forget to supervise mealtime. Studies also recommend changing the containers that soups are sold and served in, as styrofoam can be flimsy and whiter-based containers are harder to tip. Okay, a big announcement from Hyundai and Kia. Cars with solar panels will be made available in 2019. The solar roofs will be used to charge vehicle batteries, so hybrid models will likely be fitted first. But even cars with a traditional powertrain will be able to use the solar panels because they plan to use the power for things like the air conditioner or seat heaters. Hyundai and Kia say they'd like to eventually produce lightweight solar panels that can be fixed to the hood or trunk of the car too. The automakers join Audi, who announced last year that they too plan to get solar panels on the roof of their cars. This definitely seems like the future. It may not be long before we see them on cars everywhere. Well, we've all heard the old wives' tales about animals, things like male seahorses giving birth and vampire bats giving blood. Is there any truth to these myths? Paige Failing from Fox 46 Charlotte is here to break it all down for us. Hi, Paige.
All right, let's start with the latter since we are still kind of in the spooky season. Let's talk vampire bats. They do, in fact, donate blood. Not exactly in the way you may think, though. Okay, so if one of their bat buds does not have luck on the nightly hunt, another bat shares a smooch and a little bit of food, bird blood, directly from mouth to mouth. Now, speaking of mouths, that is what an anteater uses to suck up its food. No schnoz sucking for these guys. Speaking of guys, how about some of them who really do carry the young? Seahorses are equipped with a stomach pouch, kind of like a kangaroo. It fertilizes the eggs deposited by the females until the females are ready to replace the ones that have hatched from the pouch. Now, Kristen, that is what I call taking control of your fertility.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. Thanks, Paige. Well, still ahead, Floyd Mayweather is coming out of retirement for a huge fight. And your next package could be delivered by a robot. Don't go anywhere. Top 30 will be right back. Welcome back to Top 30. A Los Angeles high school teacher was arrested for hitting a 14-year-old student, and it was all caught on tape. But witnesses say what you didn't see on tape was the student allegedly first threw a basketball at the teacher, Marston Riley, and hurled a racial slur. So we have attorney and legal analyst Annalise Getz with us today to talk about this one. Annalise, the video is disturbing to watch. Emotions are running high on both sides of this incident. Help us understand legally what happens now.
Well, Kristen, he's been released on bail, so we are moving forward with the criminal charges. He is innocent until proven guilty, but he's facing some assault charges right now. I believe it's likely that we'll also be seeing civil litigation. It might be the student's parents suing the district. It might be them suing the teacher individually.
Now, there is a GoFundMe page set up for the teacher, so there are people supporting him. How much do the events leading up to this fight matter in terms of what happens to Mr. Riley, the teacher?
Legally, they matter very little. It's nice to see the support of the community behind a teacher, but that is a very disturbing video of an adult assaulting a child.
Yeah, you and I both have kids. A lot of people watching have children. I think just on the emotional side, something tugs at my heart because it's a minor. But when you look at the video, and I know this video will be dissected in court, you don't know really what is happening because we're not there.
I do think that while we have corporal punishment, which is legal in some 19 states across the country, it certainly isn't in California, with some exceptions. So one of those exceptions is self-defense. That's probably what this guy is going to focus in on. I don't think it's going to be successful, but we'll see what the court says.
Yeah, fascinating case for sure. Annalise, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, moving right along, despite talk of pay equity and glass ceilings, it appears progress towards gender equality in the workplace may have been stalled. That according to the annual Women in the Workplace report by Lean In and McKinsey & Company, which examined data from nearly 300 companies. Not only did women account for 48% of entry-level jobs and only 23% of C-suite positions, but 1 in 5 women report being the only one in the room, with representation even less for women of color or lesbians. According to the 64,000 women surveyed, being an only made women more likely to quit, more likely to experience harassment, and more likely to have their judgment questioned. Even more, the report says, while they are just one person, onlys often become a stand-in for all women. Their individual successes or failures become a litmus test for what all women are capable of doing. Ironically, while being an only can add extra pressure to women in the workplace, the report found male onlys actually felt welcomed and included. All right, think back to October 2017. Bruce Springsteen had just launched what was meant to be an 8-week Broadway residency. Well, a year and almost 236 performances later, Springsteen on Broadway is still selling out nightly. With more, we're joined by New York City radio host Mike Adam. So Mike, the show's finally coming to an end December 15th, but it looks like the boss has more in store for fans.
Yeah, so we've known for a little while that the Netflix special was going to happen, but in addition to that, Bruce is releasing this 16-song soundtrack on December 14th. It's going to be like all the hits from the Broadway play, hitting shelves just in time for the holidays. It's brilliant. And the song Land of Hope and Dreams has been selected as the first single off this thing.
Meet me in a land of hope and dreams.
So how's the album going to compare to the show?
There's definitely going to be some differences from the play. The song Long Walk Home has been cut, and the song Land of Hope and Dreams has been added. And then there's these like little introductions before every song. It's Bruce Springsteen kind of telling these short stories that he pulls from his autobiography. So I'd say it's similar for sure, but different enough that it'll give fans a new experience that they can appreciate.
Definitely a lot to appreciate. Thanks, Mike. Well, NASA has released a new video about life on the International Space Station, but this one's a little bit different. That's because it's the first to be shot in 8K ultra high definition. Compare that to the average movie theater that's projecting in 2K or 4K. A spokesperson for the space station says the footage shows the story of human spaceflight in more vivid detail than ever before. It's a joint production with the European Space Agency and shows life on the ISS. It also shows several experiments being conducted on board. Those include DNA sequencing to identify microbes living in the space station. The video also shows a different perspective on hurricanes. Scientists are also growing plants in space to compare them to ones grown on Earth. The release of the footage marks the 20th anniversary of the International Space Station launch and the 18th anniversary of humans living on board. The ISS team says the improvements in camera technology bring people on Earth even closer to experiencing space for themselves. If you're sick of fiddling with charging cables, don't you hate that? Today's Top 30 steal is for you. We have a 2-pack of Gaba Goods wireless charging pads at a special 66% discount. It doesn't get any easier than this. You just place your phone down to charge it and then grab it when you're ready to go. No more plugging or unplugging. These 10-watt charging pads have double the standard power, so they charge your phone really quickly. They're compatible with the latest versions of iPhone and Samsung. Since you get 2, you can keep one at home and take one to work. They're available in silver, black, and rose gold. The 2-pack of Gaba Goods wireless charging pads retail for $100, but today you can buy them for just $34. That's a 66% discount. You can get these right now at morningsave.com while they last. Don't go anywhere. We have more things you need to know coming up. Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, he's ready to rumble. That's right, Floyd Mayweather is planning to get back into the ring to fight Japanese kickboxer Tenshin Nasukawa. The fight is set to take place on New Year's Eve in Saitama, Japan. The last time we saw Mayweather in the ring was when he defeated UFC star Conor McGregor in August of last year. 41-year-old Mayweather posted a string of photos and videos in Japan on his Instagram before announcing the December 31st fight. Mayweather holds a 50-0 record of victories in his boxing career. And although he has never fought professionally under MMA rules, the rules for his upcoming fight in Japan have yet to be set. 20-year-old Nasukawa says this will probably be the biggest fight of his life so far. He also vowed to end Mayweather's 50-0 record of wins, saying no one has defeated Mayweather in the past, but he wants to be the man to make history. Okay, gentlemen, may the best man win. In today's hometown stories from Fox 13 Tampa Bay, 12-year-old Seth Black Diamond might only stand 4 foot 8 inches tall, but he has one big voice. He's been singing and acting since he was just 6 years old, and his passion for performing really shines through.
I really like singing, and I like taking on a different character and then telling others about the character through performing.
And now he's finally got his big break. Seth is headed to New York City to play Schwartz in The Christmas Story, the musical, on tour. The 7-city tour will last 2 months, and Seth can't wait to get started. In our second story from Fox 10 Phoenix, tabori is an ancient style of tattooing that the Japanese mastered long before the modern tattoo machine was even invented. And Alex Goldstein, a tattoo artist at Copper State Tattoo in Phoenix, wanted to bring the technique to Arizona. Tabori has been around since the 1600s, and artists use a wooden or metal rod to insert ink into the skin by hand. Traditionally, tabori has depicted Japanese folklore, and customers like the style because it hurts less and feels more personalized. And in our final story from Fox 26 Houston, the Children's Oasis Foundation Education Program is an affordable school for children on the autism spectrum. It just opened in Dickinson, Texas this fall, and tuition is low cost for families. And parents have already seen a difference in their kids.
It has been an amazing transformation. The school has only been open for a month, but he is talking more, he's happy.
And the school hopes to expand and help more and more families in the future. Well, with more people shopping online these days, one company thinks they have a better way to make deliveries using self-driving robots. Starship Technology says it's the world's first robot package delivery service. It recently announced that its robots will be available in San Francisco before the end of the year. Starship Robots have already started making food deliveries in the UK town of Milton Keynes. First, customers download the company's app and set up a Starship delivery address where their packages are shipped. When the package gets to Starship, customers can have the robot bring it to wherever they are and unlock it with a unique code. The robots can navigate around obstacles and have a top speed of about 4 miles per hour. The service costs a little over $10 a month. Starship is betting customers will pay to avoid the hassle of missed deliveries. It's also a way to cut down on theft. Research by the home security firm August says nearly 11 million people had packages stolen last year. Okay, get your tissues out because this next story is quite the tearjerker. Some very loyal donut shop customers in California faithfully bought out the treats day after day to help the owner. But guess why? The customers learned the store owner's wife was in recovery after suffering a brain aneurysm and wanted to find a way to help him see her more often. John and Stella Kahn sold donuts for almost 30 years out of their shop Donut City, but John told ABC News that Stella started complaining of dizziness at a wedding party. And after an hour at home, she couldn't even talk, and after being sent to the ER, couldn't open her eyes for 10 days. When their customers learned of this, they didn't just buy their usual 1, 2, or even 3 donuts. No. They started buying them by the dozen. The customers helped John sell out by 8:30 a.m. so he could see his wife get stronger each day. John said he would like to thank the neighbors and the community for helping and supporting him. Stay right there. Top 30 will be right back. Welcome back to Top 30. Several studies have concluded, perhaps unsurprisingly, that states who have legalized recreational marijuana have seen an increase in car accidents. In Washington, Oregon, and Colorado, crashes were up as much as 6% compared to neighboring states without legalized weed. Research has shown that being under the influence of marijuana slows the thinking and perceptual skills of drivers. And when tested using simulators, drivers who used weed tended to weave more. The National Transportation Safety Board chairman said law enforcement needs additional tools and advanced training to detect impaired drivers before they crash, regardless of the impairing drug they're using. Right now, there are no standardized tests for weed-impaired drivers like there are for alcohol. All right, have you ever thought that a pair of glasses could help you hear a show at the theater? Well, the National Theatre in the UK has launched smart Caption glasses, which they've made to transform access to the theater experience for audiences with hearing loss. Audience members can now read captions at any performance in any of the theater's auditoriums from any seat with the help of open access smart capture technology. The glasses show a transcript of dialogue and descriptions of sound from the performance directly on the glasses lens. The smart Caption glasses are also adjustable to fit over your everyday pair for those who wear glasses regularly. Members at the National Theatre can book a pair of these glasses for select shows. You just present your glasses ticket at the box office, and an employee will help you pick up your pair right before the show. And that's it for today's show. Thanks for joining us. Here's what's coming up on the next Top 30. New research reveals the buildup on your shower head isn't just gross, it could be dangerous. Plus, how a new company is celebrating diversity in dance. And flight attendants share the most creative ways coach passengers try to sneak into first class. You can also listen to the day's biggest stories on the Top 30 podcast. It's all coming up on the next Top 30.